Assalamu alaikum. Is it only me, or are you also seeing posts on Twitter that are anti Islamic more than any time before? This has been happening in the last few months. And when I was subscribed to Twitter before it turned into X, this has never happened to me. But recently, I have been seeing a lot of anti Islamic posts and anti Palestine posts. Maybe it seems like X is promoting such posts. Of course, we have to take into consideration that I am not subscribed to such pages that are anti Islamic and anti Palestine. So, this is one of the weird posts that reflect the ignorance of the one who tweeted it or posted it. They show you that Islam, a man carrying a sword over all these skulls, and Christianity over knowledge and science. Now, this means definitely that the person who posted this, who tweeted this, has never read any book before. This is what you get when you have people who only have access to social media and the internet without going into reliable academic references, whether historical or other. Now, this should be the other way around, and even Western academics and historians confirm that. I have posted a few replies and responses to this tweet, and let's go through them together. First, this was my first response. This post is based on lies that were debunked not only by Muslims but also by Western academics and historians such as Sir Thomas Arnold, Will Durant, and many others. And I posted this short interview about tolerance in Islam versus Christianity. Let's see it together.
Islam can tolerate both Jews and Christians because they count as children of the book. They have a special position within the Muslim religion. But Christianity doesn't have that room for maneuver. And it was thought to be a Christian duty to convert all people of a different religion to faith in Christ, the Son of God.
And this was my second reply. Assalamu alaikum. I recently posted a short video quoting from this book, Seize the Moment, by the ex-American President Richard Nixon. And here is the full quote that I would like to share with you in this longer video. He wrote, "While Europe, languishing in the Middle Ages, the Islamic civilization enjoyed its golden age. The Muslim world made enormous contributions to science, medicine, and philosophy." In his book, The Age of Faith, Will Durant observed that key advances in virtually all fields were achieved by Muslims in this period. Avicenna, or Ibn Sina, was the greatest writer on medicine. Al-Razi, the greatest physician. Al-Biruni, the greatest geographer. Al-Haytham, or Ibn al-Haytham, the greatest optician. Jabir, the greatest chemist, and Averroes, or Ibn Rushd, one of the greatest philosophers. Arab scholars were instrumental in developing the scientific method, as Durant commented. When Roger Bacon proclaimed that method to Europe 500 years after Jabir, he owed his illumination to the Moors meaning the Arabs, the Muslims, of Spain, whose light had come from the Muslim East. When the great figures of the European Renaissance pushed forward the frontier of knowledge, they saw further because they stood on the shoulders of the giants of the Muslim world. Those achievements represent what the Muslim world has been in the past. They also point to what it could become in the future. If the deadly cycles of war and political instability can be arrested, we should adopt policies to channel the long-term historical evolution of the Muslim world in constructive directions, meaning directions that will serve the American interests. At the same time, we should tackle the immediate problems such as the Persian Gulf security and the Arab-Israeli conflict that threaten to trigger further bloodshed. Unless we succeed in meeting these challenges, the cradle of civilization could become its grave. Now, to cut a long story short, I had many other replies, and I will just summarize for you what is meant from these replies and responses. And you can check these videos on my YouTube channel, and you can find them in the playlist entitled The Great Islamic Civilization. So here, this third reply, how the West benefited from Muslim sciences. Fourth reply, Islamic sciences caused the European Renaissance. Fifth reply, Islam spread by the sword. Answer by a British historian saying that Islam was not spread by the sword. Muslims liberated the people of the Levant and the other regions surrounding the Arabian Peninsula from the tyranny of the Byzantines and the Persians. And these are Western historians writing about the justice of the Muslim civilization and the Muslims. Also, how Europeans learned from Muslims. Sir Thomas Arnold on the tolerance of Muslims towards the people of the book, the Jews and the Christians, and so on and so forth. Last but not least, I also posted this reply. For long centuries, Christianity considered hygiene and cleanliness as a sin. Meanwhile, Muslims would wash themselves daily. Western historians recognize this fact. So I think this is sufficient as a response to such silly and ignoramus posts. And the image is totally the opposite. And it's not only from our sources that we can debunk such claims. It's from their sources, from their own books. Western historians and academics themselves bear witness for the greatness of the Islamic civilization and how Christianity caused Europe to drown into the darknesses of the Middle Ages. And had it not been for the Islamic civilization's achievements in science and, all fields of knowledge, there wouldn't have been a renaissance. There wouldn't have been a scientific development in Europe and then the world. So that's it for now. I hope that you all benefited from knowing how to respond to such silly and uneducated and ignoramus posts that spread lies about Islam and that promote Islamophobia. Look at how many likes this tweet has received. It has received 32,000 likes. It was shared 6.4 thousand times. This shows that a lot of people are lacking in knowledge about Islam. There's a lot of Islamophobes out there, and the common denominator to Islamophobia is, or to all these Islamophobes, is ignorance. So we need to spread knowledge, we need to spread the truth, and as I have shown and as I have displayed in my responses, it is Western historians, non-Muslims, who bear witness for the greatness and justice of the Islamic civilization and the great achievements of the Muslims that led into creating the modern world of science and technology. So that's it for now. Thank you for listening and watching. See you soon. Assalamu alaikum.